Good morning, Saidlanders. How are you? We very sincerely hope that you're well. It's blazing hot here. Well, it's blazing hot for me. I'm perspiring as I sit here. I've got a fan going above me, a big industrial sort of fan, just blowing air into the office from outside the door, and immediately behind it is an air conditioner in the next room, and I've focused the air conditioner into the rear of the fan, so it's blowing in this cold air. Now I've got another air conditioner at the other end of the house, just contributing to the endeavor, but it's still hot. You can't make this stuff up. Unless you possess the imagination of Hans Christian Andersen or the Brothers Grimm, you can't make this stuff up. Yesterday, this has been a long-running thing. Let me sketch some background. About 6 weeks ago, Carte Blanche did a report on Durban's, or as the locals are now calling it, Durban's sewage system. For those who don't know, sewage, S-E-W-A, refers to the poo. Sewerage refers to the sewers, the pumps, the treatment plants, the infrastructure. So they did a report on Durban's sewage system, and if I remember correctly, 31 of 33 sewage pumps were not working, or treatment, I don't know exactly, but whatever it was 31 of 33. Too much for your mind. An absolute shocking disaster. How far we have fallen in 28 years. In 28, 31 of 33. And it has been an ongoing thing. I'm not really a Facebook person, but if I go on once every couple of months, I'll see perhaps one of my old friends retweeting or re-Facebooking or reposting or whatever it's called, something about Durban, crime, dirt, sewage, and so on. So it seems to be a very big problem in Durban and on the south coast to some extent. And yesterday, a guy tweeted how he was on the beach, and he made reference to the mayor saying the previous day, today being Friday the 2nd of December. So on Thursday the 1st of December, this guy was showing the condition of the beach with reference to a statement by the mayor a day or perhaps 2 days, I didn't go and check, prior, about Durban being ready for the tourists and how it should be a good season because it was all systems go. Oh, did people get stuck in? This guy, I mean, it's as I'm speaking to you, I'm looking at the tweet, and I'm wondering if I am exaggerating what I saw with my eyes. Maybe I'm overstating what I saw. So this guy's on his bicycle, and he's pointing out the filth as he rides his bicycle on a couple of the beaches at Durban's promenade, the main beaches of Durban. Addington Beach, South Beach, Dairy Beach, North Beach, those iconic beaches. And I'm looking at it, it's not me. He points out nappies, dirty nappies. And he says nappy, 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 nappy. And there's a whole lot of other filth in between. Another guy goes down to the beach. This was all yesterday morning, so it was early that these guys were doing this, I take it. Although it couldn't have been that early, judging by the shadow of the guy riding on his bicycle. But nevertheless. And this guy, the other guy, the new guy, took a photograph of the, what is the right word? I was a professional lifeguard once upon a time, so I should know this, but I can't think of it. But like the warning, the advisory board at the beach. What is the water temperature? How big is the swell? The danger out of 5, you know. A little note there. Beware of rip currents, and so on. What time is the high tide? 14:30 hours today. And it says there, 1st of December. And it shows, they've written, beach closed because of E. coli, right? That germ or bacteria or whatever it is that's associated with poo. It makes you ill. And beneath that is written, it's too good for words, beware of jellyfish. Beware, spelled wrongly, of course, of jellyfish. In other words, you're not allowed to swim by law, but if you do swim, you might get stung. Somebody else, I don't know where because I didn't see the original, I only saw it quoted. So whether it was on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, I don't know. But somebody else said the mayor should put his money where his mouth is, or words to similar effect. If he's so confident that everything's okay while the beaches are closed due to E. coli, he should come and have a swim. Now, it didn't give the E. coli count. You know, how many parts per million or whatever. But about 2 months ago, another Durbanite did his own test. No, how did it go? I remember. There was a claim that the E. coli count was, let's say that E. coli is perfectly normal in the air that we breathe, not to be crass on our fingers, you know, you can't always wash your hands properly. Or you don't, you know, we're sometimes careless. There's a tolerable level. I mean, the stuff is present, I should think. But beyond a certain point, let's call it 1,000 parts per million, it gets dangerous. So there's a claim that the E. coli is only 500 parts per million. And this guy proceeds to prove that it's actually like 22,000 parts per million, whatever it was. So they've closed the beach, E. coli count is too high, and presumably is damn high because of these 31 sewage pumps that are not working. Therefore, the sewage, by aid of gravity, rather than being pumped to a central point and processed, is flowing downhill, downhill, downhill. And in Durban, what does that mean? It means ultimately the sea. Umgeni River and the sea. And this person says if the mayor thinks it's okay to swim, or for the tourists to come, we're jacked up for the tourists with all these nappies lying on the beach and condoms, and you name the filth, it's here in this picture that I'm looking at right now. And it's like a continuous row of it. Let him come and have a swim. Prove to us. What does the fool do? He promptly pops down and has a dip. In other words, yesterday it wasn't safe to bathe. The E. coli was that high and probably higher if the past is anything to go by. This morning, the mayor gets the lifeguards to open the beach, gets the beach managers to open the beaches, and goes for a dip to prove to everybody it's A-OK. You can't make this stuff up. But there's more. Somebody else then proceeds to tweet the swimming pools. When I was a Durbanite, I grew up in Amanzimtoti, and we didn't go to Durban often. We were very much local, parochial people. You know, people kind of with a, I don't want to say narrow perspective because it makes it sound strange, but we were parochial people. My dad worked in Durban. I think we went to the movies in Durban once. Not I think, I know. And, you know, it ended there kind of thing. And then I went to university in Durban, and I used to not attend lectures. I'm not proud of it because I was wasting somebody else's money. But at the time I thought I was very clever, and I'd go, I don't know if you remember the old Magnum TV series. He used to paddle, you know, in one of the opening captions, a long ski. Russell Crowe, the actor, also is a long ski paddler. And I was a decent long ski paddler. I'd never won South African championships, but I got a few thirds and a second, so I was decent. And I would take my long ski and paddle, you know. And then after I left home, I was stationed at Natal Command, which is practically on Battery Beach, the northernmost of the main Durban beaches. And so I knew that promenade section very, very well, and the Esplanade well enough then, later on, you know. And there was one proper swimming pool, and that was it was a swimming pool, but it was where water polo was played. And I played some water polo matches there, or games there. Now, there are lots of ornamental swimming pools, quite shallow, most of them. And over Christmas, New Year, and Easter, hundreds of thousands of people come out of Makuta, Marshu, Lamontville, wherever, and swim there. You've all seen the photographs. Hundreds of thousands of people. Anyway, the pools are all empty. This is, we, Durban City Council, are ready for the tourist season. There's no water in the swimming pools. And if it was left up to us, there'd be no water in the sea either. There's no... There's no poo in the pumps because the pumps aren't working. The poo's all in the sea. But it's okay. Man, oh man, oh man, I'm telling you, the time is coming. If the prophecies, the ultimate prophecies, the climactic prophecies of Sina van Rensburg are not manifest or fulfilled, if you prefer, soon, we are going to have to learn to function like the Indians do in Kenya, like the KCs, the Kenya Cowboys, the whites of Kenya. They call them Kenya Cowboys, and it's a disparaging term. It's an insult, by the way, and like the KCs do in Kenya, and like the like quasi Arabs, Omanis, do in eastern Tanzania, Zanzibar, the three islands that make up Zanzibar, Mafia, Pemba, and Unguja. Yeah, and other places. The Lebanese in Nigeria. We are going to have to learn that thing, guys. Can you imagine what it's going to be like another 28 years from now? Thank you for watching this video. We'll speak again during the course of the day. I'm almost sure of it. Everybody's waiting. Everybody's on tenterhooks to hear what comes of the Cyril Ramaphosa drama. So far, nothing. It's all been hot air. Much ado about nothing. Anyway, goodbye. Bye-bye.